All right, so for today's mat class, I have got a foam roller. You do not have to have a foam roller. I'm using that for balance here in a second for our footwork standing. But something near you to hold on to, whether that's a chair, an armrest, whatever's kind of just to help you with balance a little bit. I've got my wrist or ankle weights, small set of dumbbells, and you do not need any bands today. So let's go ahead and start standing today. We're just gonna start with some breath work. So let's start with our feet. Parallel position so they're in line straight down from your hips. From here, let's lift our arms up towards the ceiling as we inhale in. Exhale as we lower them back down. Inhale as we lift up. Exhale as we lift back down. Let's do two more here. Inhale on the way up. Exhale as the arms come back down. Last one. Perfect. From here, I want you to take your left arm, keep it down by your side. Right arm's gonna lift up towards the ceiling, lift up and over and leaning over towards our left. So think about there's a wall along the left side of our body. We have to reach up and over it to get some good stretch on this right side of our body. Come right back down. Let's switch to the left. Right arm stays down, left arm presses up towards the ceiling. We reach over top of our wall, up and over to our right side to get a good lateral stretch out of this left side. One more each way. Left arm down, right arm reaches up. We lift over top of our wall on the left side. Right back down. Last one to your right side. Left arm up and over, reaches. Check in with that core. Are we flaring the ribs or do we have the core activated and tight to stabilize us? Good. Drop those arms back down. Grab onto whatever you have near you for balance. We're going to start in Pilates first position. So heels are together, toes are apart, and between the toes there should be about a fist width distance between your two big toes. From here, I'm using this for a little bit of stability, but we're going to go into some calf raises. So I want you to lift those heels up towards the ceiling, come up on those toes, drop yourself right back down. Lift yourself up towards the ceiling, drop back down. Each time you lift, I want you to think about keeping those heels pulled in, attached together, and those legs will wrap around the sides as you lift up to keep those heels together. The legs have to wrap apart. Good. Let's do two more here. Lift, lift, lift. Lower back slow if you can. Balance is not my best virtue. Last one. Perfect. Now from here, I'm going to step away from that just a little bit. Stay in that Pilates first position. Hands are going to come out in front of you, almost like you have a big beach ball that you're holding around. From here, we're going to go into some squats. So I want you to sit that bottom back down into a squat. Those heels remain close together. You should feel probably a pretty good stretch in the front of the ankles there. Then right back up. We squat down, those knees separate, tracking right over top of the toes. We come right back up. We've got three more here. And only go down to the level before those heels want to start peeling off of the ground. This is just helping us work on a little bit of dorsiflexion in the feet. Last two here. Good. Last one. Right back up. Take those feet apart into that parallel position again, right underneath the hips, holding on to something for some stability. I want you to lift up onto the toes. Drop down into the squat and then drop the heels down before you come right back up to standing. So stay with me again here. Up onto the toes. Keep up on your toes. Drop down into your squat. Here's my balance problem. Then drop your heels down. Come back up to standing. I'm not perfect at these whatsoever. Up onto the toes. Drop down into your squat. Heels are still up. Drop the heels down. Stand back up. Now let's reverse it. So feet are down on the ground. Heels are down on the ground. We drop down into our squat, we lift up onto our toes, then stand up with those heels elevated. Then you can drop them. Down into your squat, up onto those toes the best you can, stand all the way up, drop the heels back down. One more here. Drop down into your squat, then elevate your heels, stand up with those heels elevated up onto your toes, drop yourself back down. Perfect. Now you can put away whatever you're holding on to. And then let's separate our feet into Pilates second position, our second position here. Okay, toes are externally rotated out, so toes are pointed away, heels are pointed close to each other, but we're in that wide stance this time. From here, we're going into some more squats. So hands wherever you prefer, hips out in front, prayer position, whatever feels good to you. Down into the squat we go, right back up. Same thing with those last squats. Those knees track straight over top of the lower legs and over the feet. Good. If this is hurting your knees at all, set your booty back like you're really gonna squat back. Booty goes back. Let's do 2 more here. Last one. Good. Shake those legs out a little bit. Let's drop down into crisscross position. From here, I want you to take the hands and go back in behind the head, okay? Ribs are knitted in close. Make sure that the abdominals are engaged and tight. We're not rib flaring, we're not pulling apart. Everything stays tight and interlaced. Hands behind the head. From here, we're going to some mid-back or thoracic mobility. So open those elbows apart from each other, open up the chest, but keep the abdominals engaged. From here, we're gonna side bend over to the right, and then you're gonna rotate up to your left. Unrotate yourself, and then pull yourself back up to center. Opposite side. We side bend to the left, we rotate up to the right, and it should feel pretty stuck, sticky kind of feeling. Unrotate yourself, come back to center. We have 1 more each side. Side bend to the right, rotate to the left. Unrotate yourself, come back to center. Last one, the opposite direction. Side bend to the left, rotate to the right. Check in with your abdominals. Are they engaged or are you flaring? Unrotate, back to center. Now from here, we're gonna go into rotation first. So hands are still behind the head, abs are engaged and pulled in tight. We rotate to the right, and then we side bend to the right. Okay, unbend yourself, unrotate yourself, opposite side. Rotate to the left, side bend to the left. So you're gonna pull that left elbow down towards the left buttocks. Unside bend, unrotate. 1 more each side. Rotate to the right, side bend over to the right. Right elbow's going down towards the mat or down towards the right butt. Unside bend, unrotate. Last one. Rotate left, side bend left, undo yourself. Now from this position, let's go ahead and turn on our mat so we can let those legs extend out long. Hands remain behind the head. From here, I want you to just gently, you're not gonna go back far, but gently hinge back just a little bit. Feel those abdominals engage, and then pull yourself forward and pull the neck down towards the knees. Get a really good, the best that you can get, big C curve out of that mid back. Like I've got a big curve going all the way around. Stack the spine back up. Hinge yourself backwards just a little bit, just a few inches. Feel those abdominals engage. Pull yourself back up. Pull that head down towards the knees, down towards your thighs, as far as you can. Lift back up. Last one here. Keep those feet as best you can pointed straight up towards the ceiling, okay? Don't let them point away. Let's get a good little hamstring stretch out of it as well, and calf stretch. Good. Hinge back. Feel the abdominals engaged. Pull yourself back forward. Pull the head, neck, and chest down towards the thighs. For 3, 2, 1. Slowly restack the spine. Let the arms go. All right, so today I am introducing a few kind of classical Pilates movements. So we have done a few classical along the way, but I'm gonna kind of introduce a few new ones to you today. Just so you get a little bit of both. So there's the difference kind of between classical and contemporary Pilates, but classical is the foundational movement. So they can be tough sometimes, they can be frustrating, Some of these are very brand new to me. Even though I've been doing Pilates for the past couple of years, I've been doing contemporary Pilates. So some of these classical moves are, well, they're all new to me as well, and I'm not very good with them. I'm getting better with time, and you will too, so don't get frustrated if these don't go well for you today. We're just trying to introduce them, let you see what they feel like, and we'll build on them as we go, okay? So the first one we're gonna try to get into today is called rolling like a ball. So I want you to come to one end of your mat. From here, the knees are bent in. You're sitting up nice and tall. The hands are around the shins of your leg. From here, I just want you to try to lift one shin off of the ground and then the other, okay? From here, we're just gonna hold. I want you to find this position to be able to stabilize and just manage stabilizing on your sits bones or on your bottom here and holding this stable position. Good. Now from here, keeping the legs all stable, I just want you to round your back, lift the back up, round the back, lift the back up. We've got one more here, round the back, lift the back up. Good, drop those feet down. So that was just kind of prepping us for it. So let's get back in this same position. So we're up tight like a ball, okay? Lift those feet up off of the mat and find that stability sitting on your bottom, round through the mid-back the best you can. So I am very stiff when it comes to this. I don't do this well, so don't, you can YouTube and see if you can find a better video of someone do this correctly. I don't do this great, I do this the best that my spine will let me for right now. So feet are up, we're stable on our buttocks, we have our rounded back. We're gonna slowly rock backwards, roll up. When we roll up, stay stable, okay? The goal is to not have to put the feet back on the mat, okay? To hold yourself back in that starting position. So try again, sitting here on our sits bones, legs are pulled in tight, the arms are around the shins. We roll into that C curve in our back, roll back, roll up, hold it. Roll back, roll up. Add some breath work. As you go backwards, we inhale, and as you come forwards, exhale to help yourself get back up. So it's a Let's do a couple more here. Just keep practicing. Tell you, I'm not great at these. You might not be good at the first time. You might be killing it. It's hard to say, but just keep working on it regardless. Good. All right, now we're gonna go on from that and kind of prep. So the next one that we can go into, we're not gonna go into the full expression of it today, but from the ball, rolling like a ball, you can go into an open leg rocker. So from this rolling like a ball position, all I want you to work on from here is, can you take your right leg first, so we're stable on our bottom, right leg, can you extend it out in front of you, out to the side a little bit, okay? You can hold on depending on your flexibility, back of the leg, back of the shin or the calf muscle, or up at the ankle, or even up at the foot, okay? But the goal is to get to the ankle. Good. Pull that leg back in. Let's try your left side. So I'm holding now on the outside of my ankles, okay? Or the shins, depending on my flexibility. Good. Pull the left leg in. Let's try right leg again. Right leg extends out into like a V position, even though the other leg's not there just yet. Pull back in. Left leg now. Pull back in. Now, if you're feeling good with how you are, let's go to both legs. If that is tough, if all that was tough, either do one or two things. Try to maintain your rolling like a ball position if that's hard. Just stabilizing on your glute muscles, on your sit bones. Or if that was easy, just do single leg extensions if you're struggling with that to get better with it. Now, if you're doing well with all that, let's go into double leg. They open, they close. Toes are pointed. They open, they close. My hamstrings are super tight, so I can't get down to my ankles. So I try to stay at my calves and back down. Let's do one more here. Open and try to hold that one. Woo. 4, 3, 2, 1. I got the shakes. Good. Drop back down. Woo! Perfect job there. Okay, now we're going to go into a little bit of teaser prep. We're just going to prep for teaser today. We're not doing the full expression, just to get you used to these movements. And I'm telling you, I'm not good at these, so honestly, the preps are hard enough for me as it is, okay? So, same position of rolling like a ball. All I want you to do is to kind of pull those toes up on the mat, so you're just on one toe. Take the right leg, extend it straight out in front of you. Good. Hold, pull back in. So this time it's similar to what you were just doing. You got one foot on the ground, but the leg are coming straight out in front of you, except and not out to the V like that last one we just did, the open leg rocker. Good. One more on the left side. Good. Now can we do both legs just up into tabletop position? Okay, and I have my arms even helping support a little bit, just so I can get stable on my sits bones. From here, can we take the legs out? Keep them pointing. Put them up towards the ceiling the best you can, but keep that trunk. See, I'm telling you, I'm struggling. Keep the trunk up tall. So, tabletop, extend the legs up. Try to keep the trunk up and don't fall like me. Tabletop, up, up, up. Good. Now, from here, drop those feet back down. Arms now are not going to help support. So arms are going to go straight out in front of you. I want you to see, can you lift up in that tabletop position? This is where we're going to stop today. Toes are pointed. We hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop those legs back down. And from here, let's roll all the way down. So legs are extended out, arms are out in front of you. Slowly peel your way down. Perfect. All right, last classical, I'm pretty sure today, classical move that we're gonna learn today is the jackknife. So from here, I think we've done roll over before, where we roll our legs all the way over. But I'm gonna show you jackknife to start. So arms are down by your side, shoulders are pressed down into the mat, and I want you to lift both legs up to 90, drop back down. Let's do a few of these. So arms are pressed down, shoulders are pressed down, abs are engaged, both legs lift to 90, they lower back down. We have 2 more here. Lift those legs up to 90, drop yourself back down. Last one, these are good. Those lower abdominals. Good. Now, the next one we're gonna do is we're gonna go all the way over with the legs. So I'll show you to start, okay? Legs go down. We lift them up and over. The toes go up towards the ceiling, a little bit past your head, okay? Now from here, we lower down slowly, rolling through every single spine bone as we can, and we lower the legs back down, okay? It's a lot. So we'll only do a couple of these just for you to get used to them, but I like to do them with a count, okay? So we lift to 1, up over the head for 2, slowly lower, 3, 4, 5 is when the butt hits the mat, 6 is when the toes or the feet get down to the mat, okay? So try that all together. 1, 2, slowly lower, 3, 4, 5, down, 6. Last one, up, 1, up, 2, lower back down, 3, 4, 5, 6. Woo. Pull those knees into you. Rock them side to side. That's all the classical work that we are going to do today. Don't be frustrated if all that sucked. Obviously, it's not very good for me either, and we're working on it, but I want you to have a little bit of both contemporary and classical underneath your belt, because they both are really good, and they both have good benefits. So from here, let's go ahead and sit on up if you need to. And we're gonna put our wrist weights onto our hands, if you have those. If not, you're okay without them. All right, and then we're gonna go ahead and lay down on our back for one last ab move. All right. Arms are overhead, legs are extended long. Remember to engage the abdominals. Don't let them flare. None of this, okay? suck them in, tighten them up, get your corset tight. From here, right arm lifts, left arm lifts. They come to meet. 1, switch, 2, switch, 3, switch, 4. Lift that chest as you go. Really lift. The opposite arm stays down the ground, but lift that shoulder and the chest of the arm that you're lifting with. Toes stay pointed. 4, 3, 2, last one. Hold it up there and pulse. So take your arm, reach up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down, switch to the other side for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest back down. All right, go ahead and grab onto your hand weights. They're gonna go up towards the ceiling. Legs are pulling in. We're going into some bridging. Slight bend in the arms or in the elbows, okay? I want you to lift up into your bridge. Open your arms out to a chest fly. Pull the arms back in as the booty comes back down to the mat. Open the arm up to a chest fly. Lift the butt up. Pull the arms back in to lower the butt back down. We have a few more here. Open the arms up. Squeeze in the glutes. Pull the arms back in. Butt goes down to the mat. Open the arms up. Inhale here. Exhale as the butt lowers. Last one. Inhale as we open everything up. Get all that good air in. Exhale as we bring it back in. Good. All right. Arms stay up for me here. Lift back up into your bridge. We're going to lift your left leg into a march. Right arm drops down to a skull crusher. So we drop that arm down like we're taking the dumbbell to our ear. We push it back up as that leg lowers and switch. Left arm drops down, right leg pulls up into the march and switch. Perfect. Check in with your pelvis as you're doing this. As you're lifting that one leg, does that pelvis begin to get wobbly? Does it drop down on one side because we only have one leg supporting us? Be sure it's staying as stable as you can possibly get it. And it's not even moving even though that leg is lifting. Let's do one more each side. Last one. Stay up in your march, or on your bridge. Drop those arms halfway. We're going to go into some pulsing. As the booty drops, the arms drop. As the booty lifts, the arms lift. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Perfect. Take a little windshield wiper stretch here. All right, drop those weights off to the side. We're going to go into some single leg bridging. Right leg starts straight out long. Left leg, lift up into your march. From here, toe points on the right leg as you lift it up. The toes flex back down to you as you lower back down. Point the toe as we lift. Flex the foot as we lower. Point the toe as we lift. Flex the toes as we lower. We have 2 more here. Point the toe as we lift. Flex as we lower. Last one, point the toe as we lift. Flex as we lower. Meet me with that foot pushed up and toes are pointed straight towards the ceiling. We pulse up for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Good, and lower back down. Switch me legs. Right leg bends in, left leg extends out long. From here, we push up into our bridge. We point the toes as we come up towards the ceiling. We flex the toes as we lower back down. Point the toes as they come up towards the ceiling. Flex the toes as we come back down. Point on the way up. Flex on the way down. Check in with your pelvis. Is it pretty stable? Are you dropping one side? We have 1 more here. Point on the way up. Flex on the way down. Now meet with those toes pointed up towards the ceiling. Finish me off with some good pulses for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. All right, from here, lift both legs up towards the ceiling. Grab on the back of the legs as far up as you can. Pull those legs towards you to get a good hamstring stretch. Good, last bridge segment here. We are dropping into a butterfly position. So I don't want the feet all the way up close to your booty. Keep them out a little bit. But the bottoms of the feet are pressed in towards each other. The knees are separated out wide. So we have a good diamond shape in our legs. From here, lift the arms up towards the ceiling. We're gonna lift up into our bridge from this position. Drop back down. Lift yourself up. Drop yourself back down. Let's add in the arms. As we lift up, the arms open out to the T. They pull back in as we lower back down. Open up as we bridge up. Pull them back together as we drop the booty back down. 2 more here. Open yourselves up. Lower yourself back down. Last one. Lift, lift, lift. Squeeze in those glutes. Arms are out wide. Pull back in slowly. Good. Go ahead and meet me on a side. It doesn't matter which one. We're going to come on to our elbow. All right. Ankles are stacked on top of each other. Knees are stacked. The knees are bent, okay? We are going to go into a little bit of clamshell with kickbacks. So what I want from here, open the leg up to the clamshell. Kick the leg out long. Point those toes. Bring the foot back into the clamshell. Drop back down. Open up the clamshell. Kick the leg out long. Pull the foot back in. Drop back into your clamshell. Lift up. Kick out. Drop back in. You guys keep moving. Check in with your side body. Are you engaged in your core or are you dropped down into that shoulder? Push that shoulder away from you into the mat so we get a little bit of lat engagement. Drop back down. Good. Also pull that elbow underneath you. That'll even further help you engage those lats. We have 2 more here. Kick back out. Drop back in on this next one. Keep that leg extended for me. Open up to your clamshell. Kick the leg out. We have circles for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Opposite direction for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Foot comes back in. Drop it back down. Switch me over to your other side. Let's even ourselves out. So we're down on that opposite elbow. Legs are together, knees on top, ankles are stacked. From here, push down, push the elbow down to the mat and down towards you. You feel those lats underneath you get engaged as well as your pecs even a little bit. From here, toes are pointed. Open up to your clamshell. Point the leg away. Drop the foot back down. Drop down into your clamshell. Open the leg up. Kick the leg away. Drop back down. Here we go. Keep them coming. Good. Check in with that core. Are you tight or are you dropping down? Stay tight. Stay strong. Push that arm down into the mat. Lift from your obliques. Don't be lazy on it. Last one. Meet me with that leg out long and straight. Good. Hold it there. We have circles for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch it over for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the foot down. Drop the knee down. Turn on over onto those hands and knees. From here, I want you to drop this left arm down onto the forearm. Right, actually, I'm gonna switch it. Yes, okay. Left arm out straight, right arm drop down onto the forearm. Legs are still right underneath you. Take that left leg, drop it back behind you. Toes are pointed but on the mat. So left leg straight, left arm is straight, right knee's bent, right elbow's bent. We got the position here? From here, pull that left leg in. Tap it to the left elbow, extend back out. Just doing some kickbacks. Elbow comes in towards that arm. Kick back, leg extends. Stick with me here. For 5, 4, 3, 2, Hold that leg out there strong. We're going to tap the foot over to one side of the mat, rainbow arch it over to the other. Lift that leg over to one side of the mat, rainbow arch it to the other. For 5, you should feel that right glute is on fire. 4, 3, 2, last one. Bring it in, switch me over. So I'm gonna flip around so I can face you a little bit better. So this time, right elbows down, right leg, switch me, just kidding. Left elbows down, right legs extended, right arms extended. From here, right knee comes into the right elbow, push back away. Pull that right knee to right elbow, push yourself away. Toes are pointed, abs are engaged. Every time you come in, you can add a little scoop in with the abs so you get a little bit of lower abdominal engagement. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold that leg out there long. We gotta do our rainbows from one side of the mat over to the other. Switching it back and forth. Big arcs. Good. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop yourself back down into a child's pose. Arms are long out in front of you. Booty's back down on those legs, on those shins. Drop yourself back down. Good. All right. Roll yourself back up. Go ahead and grab onto your dumbbells. From here, we're going to go into a little bit of arm work. All right. Arms are long out in front of you. Drop them down as you squat out. Lift yourself back up. Open to your T. Arms come straight back in front of you as you lower back down. Lower the arms down. Push them back away. Open to the T. Right back in. So a little presentation here. Serve the tray into presentation. Right back down. Good. Stick with me. Last one after this one. Give me one more. Drop down. Squeeze those glutes. Squeeze the quads as you open up. Open into your T. We're going into bicep curls in the T position. So just bending the elbows. The arms stay up high. You're just bending the elbows. All right. Now, from here, take the elbows, bend them up, keep them that bicep curl. Pull them in front of you. Pull them back out into the goalpost. Pull the biceps. Palms come towards you as the hands are in front of you. Palms turn facing forward as you open up into your goalpost. So they rotate. Check in with your abdominals. Are you engaged or are you flaring those ribs out? Good. Now from here, keep those arms, the palms are facing each other, up into that narrow goalpost. Drop down into your squat. Push up overhead as you lift up. Drop down into your squat. Push the arms up as you lift up. So the palms are facing in towards each other. We're lifting from the shoulders up overhead. The arms go to the ears as you lift. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Lift them up. Drop the arms down. I'm going to turn towards you for this one. So with this one, I want you to start with your left hand. Palm is facing forward. Right palm is facing in towards your side. You're going to lift up into an L lift. The left arm goes out, the right arm comes out straight. And then you switch. Right arm comes out, left arm comes out straight. And we switch. If the weights ever become too much, just drop the weights. Or if anything, you can always just drop your wrist weights if you have any of those on. For 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, lift up. All right, from here, let's go into a little bit of bicep work. So all we're gonna do is take those palms, face them towards in front of us, just going into some bicep curls, up and down. All right, we're gonna add on from here. We go into the bicep curl. We push up overhead, so we have to rotate the arms. Drop the arms back down, lower the bicep curl. Bicep curl in, rotate the arms, press them overhead. Drop the arms back down, rotate them back towards you to lower back down. Bicep curl, rotate the hands away, push the arms up overhead. Rotate back down to you, release the bicep curl. Last one here, push up. Good. Meet me now with those arms extended out in front of you. We're going into bicep curls with the arms elevated. For 5, for 4, 3, 2, last one, hold them up, pulse up towards the ceiling. It's our last move, arm-wise, for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop those weights down, take the wrist weights off. Let's finish with some cool down. Say less. All right, arms are gonna go down into quadruped. So hands are underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. From here, we're gonna go into a little bit of cat and cow. So I want you to flex the head underneath as you're looking down towards your belly button. Lift your spine up towards the ceiling as if I have a piece of rope in the middle of your back and I'm lifting you up towards the ceiling to arch up. Now, drop down, starting with your pelvis. I want you to flare it out, okay? Arching that low back, drop the mid back, drop the up back, then lift the head up in front of you. Now we go opposite, drop the head back down. Work on rolling through the upper back, then the lower back, then underneath with the pelvis. Good. Last one, drop the pelvis down first. Pull your tail feathers apart. Drop mid back, upper back, lift with the head. Now from here, go ahead and drop down into your child's pose. Arms are long out in front of you. Reach, reach, reach. As if I was holding onto your wrist and I'm pulling you that direction. But then I come around to the opposite side and I pull your pelvis this way. So we have some traction force in the spine. Pulling yourself in opposite directions. Good. Take that left arm, thread it underneath your right and get some mid-back rotation in. Rotating that upper trunk to the right side. Now switch me. Right arm comes underneath. We rotate to the left. Turn that trunk over to the left the best you can. Good. Right back into center. From here, I want you to take the right or the left leg in front of you, right leg behind you. You're going to rotate that leg a little bit, going into a little bit of pigeon pose. So the left leg is curled up underneath you, right leg is out long. From here, lift the chest up tall, looking towards the wall in front of you. Then slowly walk your hands down to your forearms. And if you can go lower and rest that chest onto that bottom leg, that's perfect. Good. Walk yourself back up. Switch legs. Right leg comes underneath you, left leg out long back behind you. Walk those hands out until you get down to the forearms, then drop the chest as low as it'll go. Walk yourself back up. Last one, little hip flexor stretch for all the stuff that we did at the beginning. Open leg rocker and teaser prep. From here, take the left leg out in front of you. Knee is bent, right leg stays on the ground. From here, Lean forward onto that left foot, keeping the trunk up. See if we can get a stretch in the front of that right leg if it's tight at all. Good, pull back in. Switch me legs, left foot down, right foot up. Lean forward, pull yourself forward, but keep the trunk up. See if you can get a good stretch in that left hip flexor, in the front of the left hip. Good, push yourself back away. Go ahead and come to standing. Let's do one last roll down to finish up. So, arms are gonna go up overhead, reach up towards the ceiling. Flow yourself down towards your toes. See if you can get those hands, fingertips down onto the mat the best you can. Good. From here, let those arms just kind of dangle left and right, doing little circles, side to side, whatever feels good to your body. And then gently, slowly start rolling your body all the way up to standing. Great job. I know that we introduced a lot of newer movements today, and they may have been challenging, they may have been easy for you. But regardless, I want to introduce some of these newer movements, more classical stuff, so you get a little bit of both. So hope you enjoyed class today.